Down through the centuries, God sends out his chosen ones to proclaim God's message of love and of salvation. The prophet Amos, in our first reading, was perfectly happy caring for his sheep in sycamore trees. However, having been called by God to be a prophet, Amos responds to that call. And his was no easy task. He had to speak out against the injustice of his time and call his people to conversion. In today's gospel, Jesus sends out the 12 apostles to continue his work. With fire in their hearts, they set out as instructed, apparently with great success. And Jesus instructed the apostles to take nothing for the journey. His message was a message of trust. It is as if he said, if you believe that what you are doing is right, and you are following me and my call, then trust me. I will be with you. This applies to us as well. St. Paul in the letter to the Ephesians, which is our second reading, is one long prayer of thanks to God for having chosen us to participate in Christ's life and the hope that he brings. That fits between the stories of Amos and the apostles as a reminder that we share in that call. Our role as disciples is simply to be God's messengers, to bring others to him through the love that we share with one another. The same love, if you will, that God has for his Son, Jesus. We are to get out of our comfort zone and be a neighbor. Get involved with our neighbors, our brothers and sisters. And to do that, we need to listen in prayer. We need to listen to our community members. And we need to listen to the loved ones to know just what it is God is calling us to do. I believe as a community we are in part responding to God's call as articulated by Pope Francis. For example, the call to welcome refugees, to welcome migrants. The Holy Father has reminded us that a person's dignity does not depend on them being a citizen, a migrant, or a refugee. And saving the life of someone fleeing war and poverty is an act of humanity. And he states further, and let us remember, we encounter Jesus in those who are poor, rejected, or refugees. And do not let fear get in the way of welcoming our neighbor in need. I'm impressed by how many sports figures reach out to those in need, in a sense giving back. For example, Stephen Curry of the Warriors. He and his wife Aisha are working to positively shape the lives of children, your children. In 2019, for that purpose, they established a foundation called Eat, Learn, and Play. And through the foundation, they have distributed more than 25 million meals, poured millions into literacy programs, and refurbished 18 school playgrounds in Oakland. Steph and Aisha have started conversations with their children, especially with the oldest, Riley, who is 11, about the importance of volunteering and looking out for others. The importance of volunteering and looking out for others. Perhaps we cannot do the same thing, but all of us can do something. And let us remember our role as disciples is simply to be God's messengers, to bring others to him through the love that we are called to share with one another.